Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Vintage Submachine Gun Mod, which is being made by user Devious Methods, and what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a fun new submachine gun, which is based off of the real-world reasoning M50, and I love this thing. As of course, you guys know me, I like things either to be weird, strange, new, and lore-friendly, or historic and pre-war. And of course, this fits the historic pre-war part, as it was a gun used in World War II. Now, it was originally apparently designed to be like a light carbine, but eventually turned into a submachine gun and was used by the US Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard. And quite a few of these things were made. Despite a couple of issues that it did have, it was still very highly used because it was a cheaper alternative to the Thompson submachine gun. This thing costs roughly a quarter of the price of a Thompson, and so yeah, people all over, including civilian police departments after the war, well, they just bought them up, and it was a pretty widely used gun. So it makes sense that you'd find some of these potentially surviving into the Commonwealth. And that is a wonderful thing. So you may then be asking, how do you get your hands on one of these when you have the mod? Well, it has been added into the leveled loot list, so you should be able to find these scattered around the Commonwealth on various enemies, which is always a good thing. Or of course you can do what I did and cheat them in with console commands. Now, as for the gun itself, the bog standard version here, the Vintage Submachine Gun, is a pretty cool little weapon and very beautifully made. I really do gotta hand it to the mod maker on this one. Beautiful modeling, beautiful texturing on it, and also custom sound design, which is always cool. Now, the gun itself, at its standard version, will do 33 damage using 45 ammunition, a firing rate of 33, range of 102, accuracy of 70, and weight of 7.5, with all standard modifications. Well, except for the muzzle brake, I could not find one that had nothing attached to the barrel. So, yeah, we've got that on there. But other than that, it should all be stock, and it is quite a beautiful weapon. Now, I do want to point out one thing while we're here, and that is this little charging handle right here is a temporary addition to the gun. The mod maker is working on a custom reload animation for it, but it's not done quite yet, so it's using a standard in-game animation, and so that it doesn't look weird and like your character is just fiddling with the air to reload the gun, he added in a temporary charging handle so it at least looks half decent when you do reload. So that is actually quite a nice little addition there, I think, while you're working on the animation to make it at least look decent enough for the time being. Now, other than that, we can actually make some pretty interesting weapons with this thing, as it has some awesome modifications where you can make things like, well, say this shorty vintage submachine gun with a giant barrel magazine and great for close quarters, or even turn it into a marksman sniper rifle with custom paint jobs. There are a good variety of different mods, and yeah, so let's go take a look at those here real quick, and then we'll do some firing. So to the weapon workbench and to our standard version. Now, of course, we'll start up in receivers, and in here's nothing too strange. It's pretty standard, typical things, moving from standard to light to heavy, automatic, etc. So you have a variety of different things in here. And now, remember what I did say, of course, about this weapon. In the real world, it did start life as a lightweight carbine, so we do have a good mix in here, which I like, between semi-automatic receivers and automatic receivers, which I think is quite nice. Granted, you have that with most guns anyways, but yeah, it makes me smile for some reason. And yeah, so a pretty standard fare in here. Now, into the barrel category, we have two options, either short or long. Then in the stock, oh, we got a lot of fun options here. Now, the full stock seems to be the standard. Then we have a variety of two different wire stocks for a shorter look. We then have a number of full stocks with different paint schemes, an atomic one, giraffe, stripes, underground, zebra, and floral, and then finally a wire stock with the wire stock actually extended backwards. So you have a good different set of options here. I quite like all the different bits, especially the paint jobs. The atomic one, definitely my favorite. It looks just awesome. Alright, so the next is in magazines, and we got a good deal of things here. Either the standard, a drum magazine, a large magazine, standard quick eject, and finally a large quick eject. So you have a good deal of options there. In optics, we have either nothing, a reflex sight, a short scope, and a medium scope. So you're not really going to be looking at shooting anything too long range, but I think even though it's only 3 scopes in here, I'd say it really does work with any range for the most part that you're looking to get with this gun. And then finally we have the muzzle accessories of a compensator, a muzzle brake, or of course a suppressor. Fairly standard things in here, and you know, the stuff you'd pretty much come to expect. So that is what you can do with it, so let us go and take a look at the firing of it. So let's get out the standard first, which does start life as a semi-automatic, which if we just click, there we go. And I really do love that custom sound. Though it actually is still a little bit loud. There was a patch that did lower the noise of the shot, but I still think it might be a little bit noisy. But overall, good custom sound, very nice. And of course, our reload animation with the temporary charging handle there. Lovely. Now let's move on to the short vintage submachine gun, which of course is fully automatic and with a 50-round barrel magazine, so... Oh yeah, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. We went through those 50 rounds pretty darn quick, and that is a wonderful thing. And of course, a very, very nice little short scope there, or well, reflex rather. There we are, very good. And of course, finally, our decked out vintage submachine gun, which does the most damage I could get it to do without modifying my perks in here. So base of 52 damage, which isn't a huge amount, but you know what? I still like it. It's still good and will serve well as a sniper weapon. There we are, with custom suppressed sounds as well, and a pretty good firing rate. So yeah, that is the vintage submachine gun. I really do like this thing. Not only is it a fun new gun for the game, but I always love when they add in World War II weaponry, as there was a lot of fun and interesting guns from back then. And, well, of course that means we now have to take out the poor dog over here. Oh, it must be so. Oh, I missed him. Oh, I missed him. Well, actually, I shot him in the back leg. There we go, 2 shots. 1 shot to the back legs, didn't quite do it, but, you know, it wasn't too bad. Where's that rad stag that's usually around here? Oh, I don't see him today. Darn, we could have gotten a second shot on something. But, yeah, it's a pretty fun mod overall, and if you'd like to check it out, which I definitely would suggest you go and do, you can take a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that is going to be it for this video today. Definitely go have fun with it. Check it out. It's a pretty awesome mod, but that is going to be all. So I hope you have enjoyed and that you do come back for the next episode when we'll be looking at hopefully yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching. And as always, have a good one.